Hello guys, welcome and welcome back to my channel. This is Mora Maina with Nutrition Diary. First, I would love to thank all of you guys for helping me hit 50 subscribers. Yay! Yeah, so today I have something different as from my title below. Today I'm actually going to show you how to prepare pancake that is made of oats and actually bananas. So stay tuned and let's get started. First of all, I would love to show you my recipes for my recipe for this banana oats pancake. So here we go. First, we have this the whole grain oats. Yeah. So as you go to buy these oats, ensure that it's minimally processed, or rather it's not processed at all, because always check on the ingredient list. If you find a very long ingredient list on your oats, then don't buy that. You want to go as organic as much as possible. And also another precaution that you have to take, for example, if you have maybe celiac disease or gluten intolerance, also ensure that you check the label, or rather you check the ingredient list too, to make sure that it is gluten free. Yeah, another ingredient that we have is the milk. Yeah, so with the milk, again, as you look for your milk, as you go to buy your milk from your grocery store, wherever it is that you buy your milk from, ensure that it comes from a cow that is grass fed, that is pasture raised, that is raised in the farm, and not commercially raised, genetically modified cows out there that you buy your milk from. Yeah, and another thing that you have to consider while buying your milk, ensure that it is go for whole milk from the shelf. If you have to buy from the shelf, then ensure you go for the whole milk. This whole thing of saying that you want to go for the fat-free milk, the skimmed milk, I don't know, whatever it is that you consider healthy out there. Yeah, you know, with these are just market gimmicks, because the fat, like we all know, the fat has been demonized as the bad, as the most unhealthy food out there. But that's not true. We also need these fats to ensure that our micronutrients, that is the vitamins, for example, are well, they all get into our system. Yeah, so we need these fats, for crying out loud. You don't have to go for fat-free milk. Just go for the whole milk. Yeah, if you must buy from the supermarket, buy it as whole as possible. And then another thing with fats, yeah, it's the fats that help to digest that milk. The reason as to why most people are having issues with digesting milk and are having allergies is because first they opted to go for skimmed milk and this fat-free healthy milk. Yeah, so just ensure that you take your milk with the fats. It's the fats in milk is not the one responsible for your cholesterol level, for your high cholesterol level in your system. It's not the fats in milk that is responsible for all that. It's all about your lifestyle. Yeah, your lifestyle is the one leading to these health issues. So, and here in Nutrition Diary, we want to go as organic as much as possible. Yeah, so that you're able to eat healthy foods. Yeah, so this milk, you can just go for the whole milk and nothing else. Yeah, another thing, or rather another ingredient that we have is our eggs. Yeah, with our eggs, also ensure that you go for the ones from the farm, the kienyeji one, as much as you can. Yeah, go for the kienyeji ones, because they are considered, they're the most healthy. They don't contain chemicals. They don't contain this chemical that can harm your body. So ensure that you go for the kienyeji ones. Another thing with eggs, again, people tend to get rid of the egg yolk, because it's considered that the cholesterol is highly packed in the egg yolk. Yeah, true, there is cholesterol in the egg yolk, but again, it's not the one responsible for your high levels of cholesterol in your system. So you don't want to avoid it. As long as you take your eggs in moderation, don't take too much of it. One egg is enough for one person, and within a particular day, and you can take it at around 2 or 3 times in a week. So ensure that you don't take, again, a lot. Here in Nutrition Diary, again, we go, everything that we eat, we don't avoid most of the things, but as long as we're taking them in moderation, then you're able to keep our health at check. Yeah, so eggs is and another thing about eggs, the egg yolk itself is the one that contains most of the nutrients in the eggs. Yeah, as compared to the egg, we don't want to miss that. People in Nutrition Diary don't want to miss on any nutrient that is out there. So we are not avoiding eggs, we are just limiting, we are just taking in moderation. Yeah, so unless you are intolerant, yeah, unless, for example, in milk again, unless you are actually lactose intolerant, ensure that you can again go for the one that is lactose free. But if you don't have any issues to do with the lactose intolerance, or rather if you don't have any issues with the lactose intolerance or milk allergies, then you don't have to avoid your milk. Same thing with the eggs. If you have no problem with taking eggs, it does not affect your body, it doesn't affect your system, or rather don't have allergies, then continue taking your eggs. Yeah, that we have the banana. Yeah, and as you go to buy the bananas again, I know there are so many genetically modified bananas out there, but ensure that you go for the bananas that you're sure that they are not genetically modified. And also for you to know that they're not genetically modified, or rather they have not used artificial ripening agents to ensure that the banana gets ripe, check on this end. If it's green and the rest of the banana is yellow, or rather almost yellow with some dark spots, if it's green, then that one has been artificially ripened. So ensure that it's always back on the edges. This one of mine I've cut from the edge. Ensure it's always black and yellow in between, and with some black spots, so that you don't end up buying the genetically modified or artificially ripened banana. This one we are going to, instead of using sugar in our pancakes, this one we are going to use it to replace the sugars. And our last ingredient that you're going to use here is the peanuts. Yeah, and what I've done to my peanuts, I've had it grounded. Yeah, as you can see, I've had it, I don't know if you're able to see it. Yeah, there we go. I've had it grounded using a blender. I like it this way, but you can as well leave it whole, but you put it at the end of the process. Yeah, and what you're going to use today, we're actually going to use our blender to mix all these ingredients, so that you can be able to come up with a pancakes. That's all about the ingredients that we have for this pancake banana recipe. And stay tuned, and let's go to our cooking. Faith is in the kitchen. But then another thing, let me put on a disclaimer. Faith is not a chef. Yeah, Faith is just a nutritionist. There are chefs out there, so don't criticize me, or don't. Nutritionists are not chefs, by the way. We only tell you what to eat and how to eat them, but you are not necessarily chefs. But I can show you how I do it. Yeah, so stay tuned, and let's get to our cooking. You can now set your blender, and then the first thing you put in your bananas, cut into small pieces. Then put in your oats. We're actually going to put in almost everything. Then your milk. Then your eggs. Then put in your this is actually your peanuts, the grounded ones. Then after you're done, you can now cover it. Remember, we used our bananas to act as a source of sugar. Yeah, so you can switch on your blender. At point, add a teaspoon, almost a teaspoon of baking powder, and then you can blend it again. Check the consistency. Ensure that it's not too flowy. At the same time, it's not too thick. So this one of ours, if you find it that it is almost, it's too flowy, you can add more oats. Like this one of ours seems to be. Here we go. Now it's of the correct consistency that you want. We can now heat up our pan and then cook our pancakes. Put some very little oil on your pan and ensure you spread it, or rather you can swirl it so that it gets to the entire pan. Then once you're done, you can remove the excess oil. Yeah, you can remove the excess oil. You don't want to have too much of the oil. Carefully add your already made butter. If your pan is big enough, you can put 2. But mine is small. I don't want them to squeeze themselves inside here. You can try even it out a bit so that it's not too thick. And let it cook for like 2 minutes. Then you flip it over to the other side. Once it's cooked, again carefully flip it to the other side and ensure the other side also cooks properly. And then with that, continue with all other pancakes, and from there you will have all your pancakes ready. After you're done, you can garnish it whichever way you want to do it, and you can use it for your snack, you can use it for breakfast, for your lunch, whatever, for your dinner, whatever it is that you want to use it for, or rather at whatever time that you want to take it. You can always take it because it's healthy, it's complete, it contains all the nutrients that you would wish to have. And that's all for today's video, and if you'd love to see more of Mora in the kitchen, please give this video a thumbs up, and please like, comment and subscribe to my channel, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.